Paying off multiple debts can be overwhelming, but it's actually much simpler than it seems when you implement proven strategies. As you make progress, it will feel as though you are earning significantly more money because you won't have to spend as much of what you earn to the bank for a list of monthly debt payments. As you start to pay off debt, you're going to be amazed at how much money you have left over at the end of the month. By implementing these practical suggestions to pay off debt rapidly, you'll likely achieve debt freedom much sooner than you had imagined. If you're interested in enhancing your financial future, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the like icon. In this video, we will be assisting you to learn about money, personal finance, and investing. First principle is look away from that credit card. The most crucial step in starting to pay off debt is resisting the urge to borrow more money. If your excessive spending is leading you to make unnecessary purchases and borrow more money, then it may be best for you to cut up all of your credit cards or at least remove them from your wallet. According to some experts, the average credit card holder owes almost $6,000 in his or her credit card debt, with interest rates frequently exceeding 30%. It is important to address this issue because you don't have to pay in full right away. Using a credit card to make purchases can almost feel like free money. However, once the balances start to accumulate interest, it becomes nearly impossible to pay them off even with minimum payments because those payments are almost entirely made up of interest. Second is learning to be content. Learning that you may be content without spending excessively is a quality that will benefit you in a variety of ways. Being contented with what you have doesn't exclude you from harboring desires for better things, such as a better automobile, a bigger house, or a new phone. This is primarily about considering an item's price and figuring out how much value it will deliver. For instance, you might want a larger home, since it would be wonderful to have the extra space, but it will cost a lot and quadruple your monthly housing expenses. The new house would undoubtedly be an improvement over your current home, but is it really worth the money required? The same logic should be used when considering other purchases, such as a new car. Everyone loves driving a brand new vehicle, but with the financing and other costs involved, you might decide that the purchase is overall net negative. You'll be less likely to rush out and spend money if you consider the big picture and weigh all the pros and cons. You might even decide to sell some of your possessions. Third tip is consider implementing a debt repayment strategy. This is a crucial step. This strategy should lead you through the debt repayment process. Some experts suggest the debt snowball strategy, which involves paying off your smallest debts first, such as shop credit cards, by allocating all additional funds to that loan while just making minimum payments on all other larger bills. Following the payment completion of the smallest loan, you should concentrate on paying off the next two smallest loans, followed by the third smallest loan, and finally the largest loan, such as a car or mortgage. Another option is to use the debt avalanche strategy, which suggests paying off debts in the order of the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate, regardless of the loan balance. Whether you choose to use one of these strategies or create your own strategy, focus on paying off the high interest debts first and pay off the low interest rate loans last. Instead of attempting to pay off all your debt at once, having some form of direction can help you stay on track. Fourth tip, review of spending. It's a good idea to create a budget or at least understand your income and costs at all times, but it's especially crucial when you're trying to climb out of a hole. Having a thorough awareness of your income and expenses isn't just for those who are struggling financially. Rich people also engage in this practice, so you should be aware of where your money is going in order to make adjustments that will enable you to carry out your strategy. Once they keep track of where their money is going, many people are shocked at how much they are wasting. Think about utilizing the well-known 50-30-20 strategy. If you're wondering why you're completely broke at the end of the month, this is a good place to start. Most people who start using a budget in one form or another feel that they've found money that otherwise would have been lost. Keep essential expenses, such as housing and necessities, at 50% of your income or below. Allocate 30% of your income for saving, investments, and debt paydown. You can make adjustments, but this is a good place to start. Tip number 5. Boost your income. There are two reasons for a shortage of money. Spending money carelessly and not making enough is crucial because even someone who earns $1 million a year could go bankrupt if their spending is out of control. Although it's easier said than done, there are a few simple ways you can increase your income. These include asking for a raise at work if you feel you're being underpaid, considering market rates for your position, especially if you haven't received one in quite a while, despite having a lot of experience. Tip number 6. Increase your payments. When you make larger payments, all of the extra money could go directly toward reducing the balance. For instance, if you make a regular minimum payment but add $300 to it, the $300 you added on top of the minimum payment could go directly towards reducing your balance. Paying more than the minimum payment each month will help you move significantly closer to becoming debt-free. When trying to pay off debt, paying more than once a month can be very helpful. For example, if you have an extra $50 that you want to put towards your debt when you make your next payment, you could leave the money in your checking account until the following month, assuming it will still be there when the bill is due. However, it's a common behavior for people to spend money that's left sitting around. Seeing money in your account will subconsciously make you feel wealthier. And you'll see that as extra spending money if you have an extra $50 in your account, instead of telling yourself, I'll put the extra $50 for the next payment to save a little less, but instead, you'll usually end up spending it. So always bear in mind to make larger payments and don't get the extras. Last principle. Tip number 7. Stay inspired. Depending on how many and how huge your obligations are, paying them off can take a long time. Staying motivated is one of the keys to a successful debt payoff journey. Consider how your finances will look once you become debt-free and how much money you'll have to enjoy and invest. Keep in mind the reasons why you want to be debt-free and how it will make life easier and more enjoyable. If you lose motivation halfway through, you could end up back at square one with a mountain of debt. Keep track of your progress as you make payments over time. In the moment, it may seem like you haven't made much progress, but if you step back and look at your progress over time, it will be much more obvious. Setting goals for when you'd like to have a particular debt paid off, when you'd like to be debt-free, and what will change once you have achieved this goal will help you keep the end result in mind and make it much easier to stick with your current course. The benefits of living a debt-free life are numerous. Rather off wasting limitless amounts of money on interest to the bank, you can start investing and earning income on your own, which will free up more time for you to spend traveling and purchasing items that are essential to you. You've reached the end of this video. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. See you soon.